Oh, darn. That's not good. Like I gotta fix that. My name is Steve. Welcome to my shop. As you could see from the introduction to this video, I got a problem with my surface grinder. I have ground somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 pairs, which would be 600 precision ground stones, since I started using the surface grinder for that purpose. And needless to say, had a little bit of wear on it. The handle just completely came apart. Even though that particular video was staged, that's exactly how it happened. So I went out and I purchased a new handle, and this handle has a 3/8 threaded stud on it, which is not correct. However, I knew that if I had a 3/8 threaded stud, I could make it work. As I started to investigate, I found that the handle is actually pressed in, and they do make press-in units, but I didn't have the time to take it all apart and measure it before I ordered the part. So that's why I ordered the threaded one. So let's go over to the surface grinder and take it apart so I can change the handle. This area of the shop is quite tight, so I'll do the best I can to get in here. Here's the handle that came off, and there is a small raised shoulder on it, on the stem. And this apparently, when it was slid on in manufacturing and then rolled in, and it's just plain worn out, and obviously it slid off. So let's see about getting it out. See, I was hoping that it was threaded in, and I tried to unthread it and it did turn, but it's pressed in. I don't think it'll take too much to get it out, but I do have to get the handle off. There are 2 set screws holding it on. Wishful thinking. I've got a rawhide mallet that I'm going to use to drive it off. It's not that tight. Okay, there it is. Let's go over and see what we can do about fixing it. Okay, let's see if I can drive it out with the punch. Yeah, it's moving. Okay, that's out. Now let's check the size on it. So the hole is 3/8, and I've got a 3/8 threaded stud. So let me show you how I'm going to take care of that. Very simple fix. Hey, what I'm going to do is put a 3/8 16 helicoil in there That requires a 25/64 drill, which is just 1/64 over 3/8. So let's see if I can do that without breaking my wrist. There we go. Here's my 3/8 oversized helicoil tap, and I'm going to use some anchor lube on it. Okay, that was easy. And I get my 3/8 insert. And the installing tool, here's the insert. It's got a little drive tang in it. I'll thread the installing tool in it, and that's got a tab on the end that grabs a hold of that tang. And just carefully thread it in, making sure not to cross thread it. Thread it in so that the top of the insert is below the surface. Length on it's perfect. It didn't come out the back. Unscrew the installer. I'm going to break off the tang. And we can thread the handle in. Let's go get a wrench to tighten it up. Okay, let's tighten it up. Go put it back on the grinder. Okay, there are two flats on the shaft for the set screws, and the set screws had been at some point missed them by a little bit, and there were some raised burrs on it. So I took a piece of emery and cleaned up the shaft before I attempt to put the handle back on. So let's see if it slides on a little easier. I actually have to get behind the gear. There's a gear on the inside that is not captured, and so I've got to get in and hold the back of the gear. Let me see if I can do that without blocking. No, I'm not going to be able to do that without totally blocking the view here. Let me move the camera. Shoot. I'm not sure whether it was recording or not. I tightened up the two screws. Oops, that one moved. And we're back in business. Now let's go wrap it up. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. Came apart easier than I expected, and the handle fits perfect. Ready to grind stones again. If you're interested in the precision ground stones, I'll leave a link for my Etsy store in the description, and there'll also be a link to a video that I produced on the use and care of the precision ground stones. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.